elections are not just one route about messaging. The message was very clear to Nigerians. I think if you put your ears on the ground, Nigerians heard the messaging very clearly. And elections, the three gladiators, I would say, all right, they had their strong points in terms of their base. They had their base. They had, and the elections, people use all manner of things. There will be tribalism, there will be religion, because to be true, the truth must be said, Nigeria is cut across those two lines. Those two fault lines have always been in Nigeria, religion and tribalism. Those factors will always be trumped up. So I know when people lose election, people begin to ask, oh, why did we didn't penetrate here, it didn't penetrate here. That was not the issue. The issue was very simple. A few select people hijacked INEC, period. And they knew that when it comes to judiciary, they also hijacked the judiciary. And that's why we are going to have conflicting judgments. The judgment of Kanu, they say, okay, the current Kano governor is not even a member of NNPP. How? Somebody that is neck deep in the Kwankwasia movement. So it's funny because they already have a plan of what they need to do. So Nigerians voted, and maybe we didn't have enough, or obedience didn't have enough people. First of all, I think sometimes we don't understand the way Nigerian elections go. And that's why I said we must do strong advocacy on our electoral laws. There are two things that happened in this election, and a lot of people never knew about it, but by the time they knew about it, it was late. First and foremost, in the polling unit, there are three people. First, the first result that INEC must certify is the one from the polling unit. So INEC gets it from ECA. The police has a copy of that. And then the political parties. When you go to court, the one that the court needs to see first, based on hierarchy, is the INEC CTC. If the INEC CTC is not there, the next one is the police. If you don't have access to those two, then you present your polling unit result. That's how it works. And so, I believe the legal practitioners of the OB people wanted to use a system in which if INEC is saying this is their CTC, then the onus is on them to say, this result you have called, how did you call it? Because if your CTC, which is the first thing that we get, is saying no result, then how did you call the result? Secondly, I will admit with Adogo, the two results, polling unit results by the political party must have been put side to side with the INEC results so that it creates no avenue for them to escape. But already the judiciary was working from the place of an answer to the question. So they were coming from an answer to the question. So they already knew what they wanted and then they worked their way back. So we don't want to go there. What I want to look at is Nigerians have been deceived by what is called INEC guidelines. But this election has told us that INEC guideline is useless. Don't trust it. Because what you have in the INEC guideline is the discretion of INEC. So in the INEC, in the Nigerian electoral laws, it tells us that INEC has discretion in terms of electronic transmission.